The first website went live in 1991, and there didn't appear to be much going on. It's just a page with text on it. A video appeared on another website a few years later. Fast forward a few years, and we have YouTubers with a larger reach than entire news outlets. Throughout history, technological advances have resulted in the birth of entirely new industries and economies. Another jump is taking place as you watch this video, and it's known as the Metaverse, and it will alter the way everything works. This is Usable Wisdom, and for this video, we will be talking about the Metaverse and how to leverage it to become rich. If you're new to the channel, then hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell for more life-changing content. Every news outlet has begun to paint a dystopian future since Mark Zuckerberg made the announcement, in which we were all doomed to be mindless robots and cogs. As if Ready Player One crossed with the Matrix, where the Zuck controls everything. It's the most straightforward explanation, and the most clicks. This isn't a video about large corporations attempting to construct the Matrix. You must comprehend what is taking place and how you can make money off of it. And the best way to grasp this is to consider something on a smaller scale. The multiverse. Have you seen Ariana Grande's latest performance? That's not it. This one, in particular. They truly performed a full-fledged concert within the game. Imagine telling someone just a few years ago that in 2021, Ariana Grande will embark on a tour in less than 2 weeks. It did, however, succeed in creating a one-of-a-kind experience with an entirely new level of interaction. Last year, Travis Scott experienced a similar incident. What this type of experience excels at is linking something from the real world with something from the virtual world. Something very interesting is going on right now. BMW announced their new Rocket League car across all industries at the same time. Video games are created by streaming companies such as Netflix. Riot, for example, is a video game company that produces Netflix shows. As a result, our interactions with both worlds have been disrupted. And what more is actually possible? So what precisely is the Metaverse? To say what the Metaverse is now would be akin to saying what the internet was like in the 1990s. There was no such thing as social media, content creators, sharing platforms, trading platforms, platforms that make other platforms, and so on. So technically, the Metaverse is whatever we create on top of it. It's simply the meeting point of Web 3.0, blockchain, and virtual reality. It is only through the combination of these three elements that it is possible. We must examine each of the three components separately, beginning with Web 3.0, the next version of the internet. Indeed, there are more versions of the internet. Web 1.0 looks like a website with just one page and a bunch of text and some hyperlinks to more pages with more text. There is no dialogue, there is no user-generated content, and the screen is primarily text. What we have now is Web 2.0. It is primarily a community-based organization. The majority of its user-generated content that is highly interactive and allows you to do a variety of things. There is only one thing you can buy and own on the internet, and that is a very important point to make. There is only one item. It is a web address. A domain name cannot be shared by two websites. Corporations own everything. Take, for example, this video, which we did make. However, if YouTube so desires, they can simply poof, and now it's gone. This brings us to Web 3.0. Owning parts of the internet is the most important thing you can do on Web 3.0. Everything you make, buy, or sell on the internet is yours, and you have complete ownership. This is due to blockchain, and more specifically, NFTs, which are the foundation blocks of value in the Metaverse. You probably know what they are. But most people ignore the most insignificant pixels on a screen, for which some idiots pay millions of dollars. What's keeping me from right-clicking and saving an NFT to my desktop? How valuable is that? Excellent questions. Let's talk about money, or the story of money, or how money came to be, so you can better understand how NFTs work. What gives you the impression that this piece of paper is worth $100? Who said that to you? Why would someone give you something in exchange for your piece of paper? We agreed over the years that $1 is always worth $1, and we trust that it always will be. It's a cultural construct. It isn't even real, but it facilitates the exchange of goods. As a result, we've all agreed to use it. So the value of an NFT is determined by how much those who embrace it believe it is valuable, and it gives ownership since it can be tracked in the blockchain and cannot be copied. What you're missing is what NFTs can become in the future, just as websites changed over time. Contrast the first page with, say, Google Maps. They are both website pages that are accessed for a specific length, but the difference between them is enormous. People say NFTs are a scam, but they post their original creations on Instagram in exchange for a digital heart, according to this great tweet. So, you have this way of truly owning and utilizing something in the context of Web 3.0. What would be an excellent way to interact with this virtual reality? A virtual reality, to be sure. Even though it is only part of the Metaverse, it appears to be the only thing people talk about. This is the coolest thing we have right now, until holograms become a thing. It's a natural progression of technology. So when someone says Facebook is constructing the Metaverse, they are fundamentally incorrect because they do not own the internet, blockchain, or virtual reality. It's like saying Apple invented telecommunications when they released the iPhone, and it doesn't matter what Google or any other company does. Individuals will own the internet once blockchain becomes mainstream, and this is what most people find difficult to comprehend. As an example, consider the following. Imagine you're a musician who creates one song and sells it for $1 as an NFT. You include in your smart contract that if your song is sold, you will receive 80% of the proceeds, with the remaining 20% going to the seller. Assume we buy your song for $1 and sell it to someone else for $1. In this case, you, the artist, earn $1 from the first sale and 80 cents from the second, while we earn 20 cents. This can continue indefinitely because every time your song is sold, you automatically receive 80% of the proceeds in your digital wallet. There's no Spotify here. There's no Apple Music involved. Nope, no label is involved. Not only do you make a lot more money, but your community benefits from your efforts as well. This is how individual ownership manifests itself. This formula applies to everything in the Metaverse. The emergence of individual ownership is what the Metaverse represents. So, how are you going to profit from it? You must learn to become a native of this new land. To see new opportunities, you must first understand how they are created. And you do this by educating yourself. If you don't understand how this new thing works, you dismiss it as a dystopian nightmare, certain that you'll be left behind when reality, both natural and virtual, hits you. The good news is that we're still in the early stages. People are only now beginning to become educated in this field. There's plenty of room to improve, as well as a whole new pie to eat from. We hope you enjoyed this video, and as a token of gratitude to you for sticking with us until the end, we have a bonus for you. Here are some of the most interesting things going on in this space right now. For the uneducated, digital land can be purchased in video games. For the educated, this means wasting money on pixels. It's the first step towards owning video game components. Consider yourself a digital real estate investor in the next 10 years. Nike recently patented digital goods and plans to sell virtual Air Jordans in the future. Consider yourself a digital reseller. Now, if you want to discover more on this topic, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we upload new videos like this. Thank you for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one.